This is my first video, so welcome. Through 2025 and beyond, I'll be releasing videos on this channel, starting weekly but increasing if the channel grows quickly enough. So depending on who reaches out, how many people subscribe, and please do if you come across this video or this channel. I'll try and get videos out a bit more often. Topics there's enough content to get topics pretty regularly, I think. So as I said, I'll start off with just weekly. I'll try and aim to have them out on, I think a Sunday is probably the day I'll do it. Or maybe a Tuesday. This is going to be a bit of an ad hoc thing to start with, but we'll get there slowly. This might take the form of a podcast at some stage as well. It's really just me starting off and just finding my feet with things. As I said, if you stumble across this video, the production value is going to be very basic to start with, and it'll change, it'll improve as we go along. As I said, the more subscribers that subscribe to the channel, and the more people that are involved and interested and engaged and connected, the more I can devote some more of my time to this and less to other things that take my attention away from in different areas. So let's kick this one off and see how we go with this one and the next one, which I'll record hopefully tomorrow. Let's just as I said, take it ad hoc and get stuck into it. I mentioned that the channel will be focused on all things loneliness. The channel is called The Art of Solitude, and the reason why I've called it The Art of Solitude is because I wanted to make it an uplifting experience. Some people might see it as a source of depression, to be lonely, to be alone, to be single, to be solo. All these words that I'm kind of going to try and use a bit here and there, and they've all got different definitions, of course, and we'll get into that over time. Everything to do with loneliness, everything to do with solitude, and as I said, the art of being alone, the art of solitude. It's something that I'll very likely approach it from both angles. In fact, I'll definitely approach it from both angles at some stage. It'll be looking at the positives of being single, the positives of being alone, the positives of being lonely. There are some positives to take from it, and also the positives that come with the opposite of that. Having a wide friendship group, having a partner, having a lot of people around you, having a very busy social life. All those things are essentially the opposites of loneliness and solitude, and we'll go through all those things progressively as we go along. So I'm looking forward to talking about it, and I hope you guys are interested and looking forward to hearing about it. So, and of course, getting involved as well, and that's something I'll step into in a little bit in this video. It'll include things like survival tactics, how to thrive in singleness, how to date yourself. It's a fun little topic. Take yourself on dates. It's something that I've embraced at different times in my life, and it's a bit of a challenge at times. Excuse me. We'll cover that as well. So there are plenty of things that you can do that involve dating yourself, essentially, which is sounds ridiculous, but it's a lot of fun. So we'll get to that one too. How to get through tough periods. The psychology of loneliness, really approaching it from a psychological angle, thinking about the impact that it has on people, and how it can essentially snowball as well. There's things that can happen with it, with loneliness, where it becomes a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. But we'll cover those as we go forward as well. And yeah, things like isolation, and being a solo person. Those two are very different phrases, very, very different words. Isolation is something that, can be forced or can be not forced. And there's a lot of stuff that goes with isolation as well that we'll definitely cover. And being a solo person as well. So a solo person really is kind of essentially the celebration of being in solitude. It's probably the most positive sort of approach you can have. I tend to think, and I will probably mention this again in future episodes, that sometimes you'll watch television if you have access to a television. I know some people don't. Or you might see like magazine articles, ads on various places. Hopefully, like you've obviously got internet access because you can hear this right now. So hear this and see this, which is currently, I think, just images I'm going to be having on this video. But I'll put myself on camera shortly once I figure out how all the logistics of it all. But yeah, there's a thing with advertising and media right now where if you watch a lot of media, any media really, you'll see a lot of single people in advertisements, in ads, TV ads, online ads, magazine articles, billboards, and so on. There's a lot of the focus on the single person's experience. And it's not really about collaboration with people as much. There are plenty of ads that also cover, there's a male and a female that might be doing something, interacting in some way, or, there's a focus on, like, maybe there's some sexual tension there, things like that. So that there is that sort of two-person advertisement that comes in. But it's probably something to think about with this video to start with, is that there's quite a lot of solo, single, almost encouragement to kind of embrace singleness, embrace the solo life, embrace solitude. So it's an interesting little side note that I'll start with here. And yeah, we'll cover that in more detail going forward. I'll probably have some examples and see what I can put onto the video that will that I won't get removed for copyright reasons and so on, but we'll see how it goes. So the video also covers relationship advice. This can be people that are looking at trying to meet a partner or multiple partners. This can be people that are just looking to date but not seriously. Every form of relationship, really. There are people that it also covers people that have had relationships in the past, and those relationships have broken down for whatever reason, and they are trying to recover from that. And the change of being with someone, and then that relationship ending, and the person that you're with is now gone, and how do you adapt to the empty house, all the extra chores that you have to do, that your partner was helping you out with before, things like, simple things like going to the doctor's clinic, and not having someone there for the emotional support. Just little things like that. We'll cover that in plenty of detail in future. So yeah, all those things are very challenging, but there are ways around those as well, so we'll get to that. What else we got? I'm reading this off my notes. Those are currently in relationships. Yes, I talked about that. Those who have a friend group right now, but they're feeling isolated and lonely even when they're with their friends. This is something that I've experienced as well. I know plenty of people out there have experienced it. It's the idea that you're surrounded by people, but you're still feeling lonely, and there is connection that needs to happen to really get that comfort with being around your supposed friendship group. You can start to look to increase your friendship group, bring in different people that are that you relate to a lot better, and that you feel much more of a strong sort of kinship with and a close connection with. So yeah, we'll get to all that sort of stuff too. There are reasons for all these things. All the things I mentioned before, we'll get into those over the coming weeks and months. I'm also planning on doing some subscriber-only YouTube shorts, tips and tricks probably throughout the week. I'll just probably drop in here and there. Probably for subscribers only when I get that set up. But I'll release bits and pieces on the main channel as well. So things come to me during the week, and I want to do a video about them. I'll just drop a short video into somewhere, into the YouTube sphere somewhere, and I'll let you guys know that it's there. I'll set up a Patreon account at some stage as well. These are all these sort of to-do list kind of things that I don't want to spend too much time on, but this is sort of for me to manage and for you to hopefully benefit from. And the final section, I've got 2 left, I think. Final 2 sections. First of all, who am I? I'm Glenn. I am I'm studying to be a counsellor right now. So this is an area that is really important to me. I've wanted to be. I wanted to focus on counselling as a. Focus on counselling. I wanted to focus on loneliness. Let's try that again. I wanted to focus on loneliness as the main sort of purpose and the main focus of my counselling work. So I am studying towards qualifications right now in counselling. I will get there at some stage, hopefully next year. I wanted to start this beforehand because I was actually seeing a lot of focus on it online in various places, and I just thought the time is now to do it. Like I need to get onto this and start this channel, start these conversations hopefully with people ASAP, even before I'm sort of fully qualified and ready to go. I'd like to be able to do sessions with people and to maybe do some live streams and things like that. Obviously depending on how the channel goes. I just want to get the interaction going now, just like rather than waiting however long it takes for me to finish off my course. I'm learning stuff as I go along, but I want to apply what I've learnt so far to our interactions, to this community that I'm hoping to build, and try and share some thoughts and some knowledge and try and help some people now before I have the qualifications, and potentially there's going to be a lot of hopefully free advice here, but there's also paid stuff that I'll try and move into as well. So again, this is my to-do list stuff, and I shouldn't be elaborating on it too much, but here we are. So the focus really was get this channel started and get it out into the world ASAP. I'm hoping it catches on in some way. We'll see how long that takes. Hopefully it happens at some stage, because I would really like the TAOS channel, the Art of Solitude, TAOS, to be a real sort of meeting point for us all, to be a community of people that are struggling with loneliness, struggling with being single, struggling with being a solo person, in every way you can imagine. I'd like this to be a place where people can come and get some, get a feeling of community. People are here. I'll try and release videos, like I said, on a more frequent basis as the channels grow, as the channel grows and the subscribers grow. The community gets bigger, and we try and support each other through all these tough times. I know they exist, and I know that plenty of us are feeling it right now, all around the world. So this is obviously, hopefully you can tell from my accent that I'm Australian. This is not just for Australian audiences. This is for audiences all around the world, every country. Everyone that understands an Australian accent version of English will hopefully come across this video and this channel, and benefit from it. So let's see how it goes. The last part is, so I wrote, my aim is to help everyone to reach a place of comfort with their life. And that's probably a good point to finish with for this first video. Some people are very happy being single, being solo, being in solitude. Again, those are three different things, but some people are very happy doing that, and they might be listening to this right now and thinking, no, I'm fine, like I'm good. I spend 95% of my time by myself. Maybe you work from home, maybe you don't have a big circle of friends, maybe you have no friends. I've seen videos on YouTube that are, like people that seem like they would have very active social lives if they put themselves out there, and that's not a blaming thing. It's something that we can get into, but people that would have very active social lives if they maybe had the skills, perhaps, or had some more confidence in approaching people for friendships or for relationships and so on. There's plenty of people struggling out there with it right now. And as I said, some people are comfortable with being on their own, being mostly in solitude, and some people are very much not. And so it's really going to be a channel devoted to both ends of the spectrum. Hopefully I'll have some interviews and things going forward as well. Might try and get some people on here that are very comfortable in their solitude, and that really embrace the art of solitude. That's what the channel is, and that's what it's here for. So there is an art to solitude. There is an art to being a solo person. And as I said, I wanted to make that an encouraging, uplifting, positive thing, because even if you do find yourself alone for a good portion of your life, or we're talking like years and years here, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be a positive, uplifting thing, and there are ways that we can explore those ideas and come across some thoughts with that together, hopefully. So I'll stop it here. Once again, I've been Glenn. This is the Art of Solitude, and please subscribe if you come across this video. As I said, the videos will be more frequent as the subscriber base grows, and hopefully I have time to get them all done next year. I've got various other things I'm doing with my life, and the community as it grows will become more of a focus for me, and hopefully a big focus for all of us that listen to this. So thank you for listening. Again, please subscribe if you can, and I will see you in the next video.